All right, y'all. What's going on? Welcome back to Turn My City Up podcast. We got some special guests that y'all kept asking for, bro. I was on a pod, some months ago before our boy even got sent over there to Houston. How y'all feeling today, bro?
Feeling good. It's been a long time coming.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, also I feel like we should have did this a while ago, so I'm glad to finally be here.
Yeah, we got what a day, really less than a day, because you guys, the actual season starts tomorrow.
Yep.
You guys play tomorrow. My sons, we play on Wednesday.
Hmm.
But bro, this is exciting. I know this is a fun time of the year. It's my favorite time of the year. It's feel like every sport, is like active in October. So that's why I'll rock with October for real. You got
Yes,
playoff
yeah.
baseball, basketball come back, football still going on. So you know what I'm saying? We be locked in, locked in
Yeah,
October.
it's a good time. It's my favorite time of the year. We'll probably say the same. It's gonna be a fun year. So
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
Yes, sir.
It's kind of like how I was telling y'all before. Like I even started. Like I remember feeling when, like I said, when we first got KD, and I was like, okay, KD about to like actually suit up, what I'm saying, for his regular season, and I was hype about it. So
Hmm.
I know y'all feeling real
Oh yeah, that was me first
anxious
preseason
about
Yeah,
it.
game.
preseason game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
sure.
Will can tell you. We went to the first preseason game, the first one that he was supposed to play, and
Yeah,
we found out like, damn, he's not even gonna be here. So I seen
I
Will literally
swear.
like at the game buying his ticket for the next one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I sure did. I bought my ticket. Yeah, I sure did do that.
Yeah, it's always something though. Y'all remember he was supposed to play for us and got hurt in pregame?
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
knowing. Yeah, I
Oh
recall
my
that.
god,
Yeah.
that was crazy work.
Yep.
But yeah, bro. So I'm gonna ask y'all a little bit about y'all later, but
Hmm.
because this man Jalen Green is already a hot topic on the Suns community already, I figured he would be already because he was for you guys. So I knew he'd get traded over here. It's gonna be a lot of mixed emotions and people, arguing about him. It'll die down a little bit because I feel like after that initial like little shock of like who you get or whatever, I feel like a lot of the fans like calm down and they're like, okay, he just got here. We're gonna give him a chance, stuff like that. So I want to ask y'all because obviously the question is gonna be about the fit with him because the Sun just came off a season where we had another shooting guard next to Book. So let me ask y'all this because I'll tell y'all my argument after. Let me ask y'all: did y'all believe because first of all, y'all tell me if I'm wrong or not? Did y'all feel like Jalen's role with you guys was to be that guy, like on a perimeter for the most part, because
Yes.
of where y'all took him, where y'all drafted him?
Yeah, it was. He was supposed to be the Shingun was the interior. Jalen was on the exterior. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it was
Hmm.
definitely supposed to be that.
Yeah.
See, that's what I was telling people. I was like, obviously he played with a guy that could command some double teams like Sangoon, but also said it was like it's a little different where when you're got on the perimeter, I feel like you obviously you're gonna see more of like the teams blitzing you because you're the one running the pick and roll and doing the ball handling and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
that's why I said I feel like his role will be a little different here. So let me know. Y'all tell me if I'm tripping. I feel like he could benefit because it would be less of that towards him, like those blitzes and stuff like that. Because a lot of them, at least when he's out there with Book, like y'all let me know y'all thoughts on that.
Well, I'll let you go first.
I mean, yeah, he's not gonna be get guarded by the opposing team's best perimeter defender anymore. So it's gonna go to
Hmm.
Devin Booker. So just by virtue of that, he's gonna get easier looks for himself, easier driving lanes, different stuff like that. So I think that's gonna make him look um, a tad better just off the strength. He's not getting guarded by those. He's not getting
Yeah,
guarded by uh, Lou Dort no more. He probably get guarded
Right.
by a
right.
big guy. So
Yeah, I agree in that sense as well. He's never obviously played with a player the caliber of Devin the guard that's get a ton of attention. So I'm curious to see how that looks. And everyone's been talking about Jalen Green, finally having vertical spacing. He has some guys he could throw some lobs to. So I'm curious to see how Jalen looks in that respect as well. But it's a different situation. Last few
Yeah,
years, Houston hasn't never really had spacing. You saw they leaned in on the double big. So Jalen
yeah,
Green never really just had lanes to get to at the end of the day. I'm
yeah,
not gonna make any excuse for him, but I'm curious to see what the difference would be in Phoenix.
yeah. That's been like I said, he's been a hot topic with the Suns media and the fans, and my argument also has been to like the spacing be a little different. Like you said, the vertical threat, obviously, Book. I was watching a lot of the, our preseason game in the sets. Obviously, we haven't seen him play with us, and he's gonna. It looks like he's gonna miss. Ott said it looks like he'll probably miss a few of the games, which is unfortunate. But I was I was really excited to watch him play in preseason, and they said somebody's his hammy, and I was like, damn, like I don't even gotta get to see him play with us. But I was watching a lot of I was kind of paying close attention to the sets was running and a lot of the stuff they were running for Grayson and a whole bunch of like this off ball action and this where it's simplifying it to where I'm like, okay, I could see where Jalen is catching this instead of Grayson and he just catching it and shooting it, or he catching it and just going to the rim. Like Grayson's doing a lot of that. And I was like, I could tell the Suns like like these plays are for Jalen Green, but obviously Grayson's in right now. So I was like, I feel like somebody made a good point about these are two different players. And I think Jalen's better than this guy, a caliber, better than this guy. But there was a time when Oubre first came to the Suns and he was kind of like a wild dude. And, he take kind of wild shots and stuff like that. And he got here and the Suns kind of like made it like real, like simple for him. Like where he's playing off book and it's just like, it made it simple. Like you either catch and shoot or you just catch and like go down here or just hurry up make a play. We don't want him doing a whole bunch of like he's gonna have to do some ball handling, obviously, because there's gonna be time where Book is out the game. But you guys think it'll help a lot of too, just because it'll be where I feel like people, they'll knock his playmaking ability and his reads. So you kind of take some of that away from him a little bit and just make it, simple for him. You guys think that'll help? Because I know that's been a knock on him.
Go ahead, Will.
I mean, so it's gonna simplify his role, right? Because he's not asked to do as much.
Mm-hmm.
My biggest concerns with him is just can he right? Can he do it?
Right.
Because, and what I mean by this consistently, because there's the flashes where he looks like Kobe Bryant reincarnated, where he's just the best player on the planet.
Right.
There's a lot of games where he's just not, and you don't really know which version of him is the real version and which one. You don't even know what version you're going to get on like not just a night to night basis, on a quarter by quarter basis. Some nights, some quarters he's the greatest player on the team. Some quarters it's like, all right, come sit down.
Right.
And so for me, it's like you don't know what version that you're going to get, and maybe the motivation of getting traded and the experience in the playoffs is what he needed to kind of figure it out. And so maybe this, and then like I said, maybe the fact that he's gonna be playing next to Devin Booker, someone who can kind of show him the ropes, teach him how to play that position, take some of the defensive attention off of him.
Right.
In a more like simplified role where it's like we're kind of asking him to do a little bit less. Maybe that'll be kind of the environment he needs to really kind of figure out his grounding in the league.
Right.
Yeah, I was gonna say this. Him being out already is ridiculous. I mean, he hasn't missed a game since February 26th of 2023. He played 186 straight games, like youngest Rockets player to do that. So hopefully he can stay healthy with y'all for sure. I was gonna say physicality-wise, looks like he's bulked up. That's what Rockets fans ever wanted him to do. So I'm curious to see how that looks going forward. But I want to make sure I answered your question correctly. Could you ask it again really quickly? I heard Will speaking on the consistency, and I could definitely tie into that as well. But I wanted to get your question.
I'm glad you brought up those points because I was gonna ask that next. But
I got you.
Yeah, I was just asking, like, did you think if you guys thought, it would help that it would be more of like a simplified role to where we're not asking them to make, these advanced reads, that'll go more to like to book and stuff like that. And he's more of in this off ball role where he's just like where he's just catching it and you just hurry up and you make a decision. Like either you drive, you passing, what I'm saying, you shooting, it's more of a simplified role where he's like a play finisher. He ain't pretty much like trying to be like the playmaker a lot of the time.
Yeah, I'll say this. For one, last year, he had a jump in catch and shoot, 3-point shooting. He was over 40%, if I'm not mistaken. The year before, he had a ridiculous, like, just decrease in his 3-point shooting. I don't know what it was. But he was pretty good last year, catch and shoot three. I think he'll be better off ball again. Book's going to be getting a majority of that pressure. So I'm curious to see what he looks like in this new role. But, as Will was saying, it's really about consistency with him. You do want to see him pull together those strings of, March Jalen. Last year it was March and January. January was his best.
It wasn't March. It was just January.
It was okay. Right. I'm thinking.
It wasn't March.
It was March 2024. He was cutting up.
Yeah,
he
March
was, he was
24 he was. Yes.
he was cutting
yeah.
up. He was looking like Jesus. He was looking like
Right.
Jesus. In January, I want to say averaged 28, like 60
I can
plus.
I can take out the exact numbers if you want me to.
Go ahead, and then I'll continue.
Yes, please do.
So in March of 2024, and I'm gonna round up and round down here. It was 28 points per game on 61 true shooting.
Yeah.
And then January of this year, 2025, it was 26 points per game on 60 true shooting, which bar none, the best months of his career.
Yeah,
sure.
and again, he was cutting up in those months, and he's still young.
Yeah.
I think he's 23.
23,
Again, that's a big reason why a bunch of Rockets fans they want to trade him. Like, oh, he's still young. Let me see what he can do, and this and that. And while I agree that they should have traded him for Kevin Durant, especially, I do think he does have a bright future, but he has to be consistent. It's going to be frustrating because sometimes it just seems like he's mentally checked out. So I'm curious to see how the simplified role, or playing next to Book works out for him because he's going to be running those units when Book's off the court. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so we'll see how he looks.
Yeah, it was funny. Like you said, I was gonna ask too about like, dang, bro, he ain't been really hurting, and he already gonna at least miss the first couple games. So
that's crazy.
Us Suns fans, bro. Like I was like, bro, we getting PTSD just because the last few like star guards we didn't have basically been like Brad and Chris Paul, and I don't even have to speak on the injury history with those guys. So it's just like damn, dude, like do our star guards just come here, bro? It's just like a curse to where we can't keep these guys healthy. It's like, bro. I was like, we got a guy that, he didn't miss what for 2 years, basically 2 seasons.
Yep,
literally 2023.
That's crazy.
2023 February 26th is last game.
See, y'all know that's
and then he didn't. His rookie season, he got hurt, but he played after he came back from injury. He played the rest of the season, right?
Yeah, he had like a hammy injury, and then he was chilling.
It was against the Bulls. I remember it.
Yeah, it was against the Bulls. Yeah,
that's crazy because y'all know like that's a sore spot right after suspect. Because when they seen that, when people were saying he wouldn't play for the preseason, fans go overreact. They fans like, oh man, like we just got rid of Brad, like getting her like that. Like, what do we do? Like they start blaming our coaching staff. Like, damn, what did they do to Jalen?
I gotta get rid of the medical. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm like, dang, bro, what's good with our training staff game? But hopefully he'll be cool. Like, I'm not that worried about it because the history says he'll be fine. Like you guys said, he dealt with a hammy, came back, and he was straight. I'm more so, if anybody I'd be worried about would be Mark Williams, which luckily we seen today. Mark Williams let us know after training camp. I just watched the video on that today. He's good to go. I think he's been good to go, but the Suns are just being like mad careful with him. He could have played in preseason, but they were just like, we're gonna be careful, bro. Yeah, so it was like we're gonna be real cool, but he's supposed to be good to go on Wednesday, so I'll be excited because I was telling people like a lot of the I've been telling people if we're gonna surprise people this year, it's really gonna come on defense because I think our new identity is just being young and having a lot of guys that play hard as hell and play defense. Like Dillion is obviously came here and led the charge with that. We're gonna get on him next, but I feel like if we're gonna surprise anybody this year, it's gonna come on defense because I already had said like offense sometimes is gonna be an issue because we got a lot of like young and like unproven guys like outside of Book and Jalen. That's not a whole bunch of creation. I think Dillion is a little underrated when it comes to that, but
absolutely,
we're actually going to be leaning on Mark Williams a lot for his offense too, because that's what he does. He averaged like 16 and 10, so he's going to be a big part of us trying, helping with that offense. So I was more so worried about him than I am Jalen. I was like, Jalen would be cool. I was like, let's try to make sure Mark is good, and I also think obviously like you brought up like Jalen, like it's a noticeable difference too on how much bigger Jalen got. I think you could always tell them guys when they, how those shoulders look. Because coming into the season, like I was like Jalen and even our rook come on too. I was like, damn, I could tell like they all like they've been in the gym. And I was like, these guys got a little bigger, a little stronger. So, we'll be excited to see them. We're gonna have to wait a couple games. From what I've been hearing from the media and stuff, they saying he'll probably miss like 2-3 games. So hopefully we'll see him like, after a few games and after like the first week of the season or whatever, and we'll be cool.
Yeah, that's not too bad. 2-3 games.
Yeah, that's not bad. So I think we can, we can hold it down with them. But we definitely gonna need them. We're already, like I said, we're already lacking kind of like I said on offense. So we can't be we can't afford him to be missing games. So, but I think he'll be cool. But now we gotta get into the villain. I'm laughing because he got here. Y'all know he he takes on that villain role.
He does.
And I don't know if y'all seen, Dillion did this whole thing where he had Suns fans and the media and like guessing about who he said was like the villain junior on the team.
Oh,
I missed that. I mean, I actually no, I did miss that.
He got stitches and wouldn't tell y'all who gave it to
elbowed him. Yeah, he didn't tell us who elbowed him. So he still didn't tell us that. But earlier on, bro, basically, you know, they're asking because, like I said, this team's identity definitely is like how hard they're playing, like the defense, like it's hella athletes. We're younger, like we're gonna guard this year, which I'm excited about because I ain't feel like the Suns guarded in I don't know how long. We ain't been a defensive team in forever.
But no funny,
we gonna guard this year, honestly. Yeah, that's the last time we guarded. So this team, I'm really excited about because they're gonna get after it. Mm-hmm. So earlier, like in one of those, after one of their practices, Dillion was like, "There's a guy on this team that's like low key, like a villain junior. Y'all wouldn't expect it." But he didn't tell nobody for like the first couple preseason games. Everybody's guessing. I thought he was too. I thought it was a lot. My guess was Kaman, because I be seeing Kaman be talking a little bit, but he ended up telling us that it was Colin Gillespie.
Oh,
it's
wow.
Gillespie, really?
That's what he told it. Yeah, they did it. He did a reveal video like what 2 days ago.
Wow.
And everybody's thinking he's gonna say Ryan or Kaman. Yeah. He said it was Colin Gillespie, and I was like, oh, okay. I kind of see it a little bit. Yeah.
I was gonna say I haven't watched too many Suns games, so don't get on me, Suns fans. Is he that kind of scrappy guy? A scrappy guard? Is that how he was last year?
That's what really got him, because he wasn't playing like that last year until everything started falling. But that's really what got him on the court. Gotcha. And then when he towards the end, I think that's what got him to get the Suns to believe in him to where they felt like they didn't need to go get another point guard. Mm-hmm. Like I know for a fact the Suns think they found something in him and Colin Gillespie. So Dillion said that. I said, okay, maybe we'll see. Like I said, I ain't gonna get ball day or so boy because, like I said, you know what I'm saying, he wasn't playing and he's been moving around and stuff like that. But Dillion seemed to like him already. He was doing a lot of talking about him today and the other day, and he, doing cliffhangers, not telling people who he's talking about. So we'll see about Colin. But he was just saying like Colin's kind of like him, like he's getting after it in practice. Like I guess them two been getting at it in practice. So we'll see. Y'all let me know. I'm gonna ask y'all first about Dillion's offense, and then I'm gonna ask y'all obviously about his defense. But what do y'all think about his offense? Because I was telling people in the preseason, it was one of those Nets games, boy, he was getting them up, and I was like, damn. But I ain't even mad at it. Like it is. So y'all let me know about it.
I'll say this: when he initially came to Houston, people saw his 3-point percentage, and they were immediately turned off. But it was all about shot selection. He kind of took the off the dribble, or at least more of them. He took off the dribble threes way too much in Memphis. He kind of took more of that out of his shot diet, and he shot 39.7% from three last year. He was like our best high volume 3-point shooter by far. If it was catch and shoot, you can ask Will. We thought it was cash. Like at least me, I thought it was gonna be a bucket.
Definitely it was like that in the preseason. Felt like
yeah. But if he's trying to do too much from three, it's almost like, all right, Dillion. I don't know how the Phoenix coaches are having shooting, but outside of that. Mid-range is a sleeper. He's looking a bucket for mid-range. High volume-wise, I'd have to see how many attempts it was on NBA.com, but I think for people that shot over like 3 attempts, he had like a top 20 mid-range percentage. I mean, he was hitting them at a pretty good clip. He's hitting the fadeaways, the pull-ups. He's getting to his spots. I was like, he's got a little sauce in that area. So it surprises a bunch of people because I'm sure Suns fans, you saw it too. The common perception of Dillon Brooks is that he's not a good basketball player. And as you guys may already see with Dillon Brooks, you're going to love him. The fan base is going to love Dillon Brooks. Sure. Only something Memphis, Rockets, and now Suns fans will be able to say because his energy is really contagious. But I'm going away from the offense. But yeah, no, he's going to be fine on offense. He's just got to get the shot diet together. But yeah, he's going to be a great pickup for you.
I was going to say, I could argue. I made this argument a couple of times last season. I think you could argue Dillon's our most consistent offensive player.
Yeah, we said that on pod a lot.
Yeah, I think you could argue he was.
Yeah, I think you guys said that when I was on the pod about his offense.
Yeah. He was that, like, I mean, I guess that like both goes to show how good Dillion was and how inconsistent our offense was, but he was good for about 13, 14 points per game last season. On good efficiency, he hit. Like Brad said, if he was open for three, I believe the shot was going in. And then he had the little fadeaway in like the post up area that I did not like at first, but I got like half of the season, and he was just making them. So I was like,
Right.
I
Yeah.
guess, So there was a lot of games too where like Dillion would foul out or get into like foul trouble, and everybody was like, "Oh no!" And I'm like, I'm mad not because we don't have a defender. I'm mad because our offense is gonna hurt now. Like we already don't got that many guys who can put the ball in the bucket.
Yeah.
And the
It's
guy
already
who
a lack of
does it,
shooting. Yeah.
like we're gonna lose that now. So like those are the I think his offense is incredibly underrated. As a matter of fact, I actually argue his offense is better than his defense right now. At least for us it was. I think for y'all might be a little bit different, but for us, especially last season, I think his offense is better than his defense. I think a lot of people don't know that if they don't watch.
Yeah, I was learning a little bit of that, like I said, just from the preseason games, and it felt like too, like him and Book already kind of like got like a real good chemistry. Like Book was finding him, and like I said, every time he shot, I feel like it was going like a lot of those was cash. Like especially when he was in China, like he was hitting. I was like, damn, he like he's ready. Like so this, if he's open, it's cash. Yeah, like and Book, you guys know from like him playing with like Mikhail and Cam, guys like that, like spotting up in the corner, getting that same feel because he was finding Dillion a lot for that. Like because a lot of times the teams obviously is gonna help, especially when Book start getting in that mid range area. They just can't help but like dig down there because they know that's Book's area. And he was finding Dillion, and I was like, man, I can already tell like he's gonna continue to have a great shooting year because they're gonna leave it open. He was shooting like confidence. You could tell he know they going in, like he jumping.
Yeah. He has that little hop.
Yeah, that little hop he do. I was weak. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't wait to see that guy. So
yeah,
I'm already like I said, you kind of got into the defense a little bit. I can already tell because I told people, I was like, dude, if they're playing that hard, all of them, and picking up like that already in preseason, and like, what y'all think they're gonna do in the regular season? Because I was like, this guy clearly demands it. And he clearly gonna be like on the young guys. I was watching him talk about the young guys today, and they asked Dillion like how he felt about the young guys like Ryan Oso, Rasheer Fleming. That's another wing. A lot of people probably don't know about yet.
I love that pick for y'all.
Dude, that guy, that guy on defense already is a freak too. Like I'm like him and Ryan in the future, man. That could be so special on defense. But he was just talking about how like those guys don't back down and like how his energy already been like contagious to him. And he said to the point like where he'll be over there doing a drill with the coaches, and he said Ryan also and him like come over there and like just come beat him up and like get physical with him for no reason. Like, and he's like he liked that. Like they're picking up on what he do because there was a clip too where he was being real physical with Oso. And Oso was like okay, and he like matched his energy, and I was like him doing that is gonna make it to where I can already tell like they're all doing it. He was kind of talking about how Kaman already like as a rookie, only like 19, as y'all know, like. He said, "Come on, like never stops talking on defense. Like already like one of those like vocal leaders already on defense." And I was like, I can tell he's bringing that. Like as he said, like he's been on teams like y'all in Memphis where it was great defense. And he said, which I've been saying for the longest, like I was just saying, the Suns, just overall in our history, when you think of Suns, you think about offense. You think about 7 seconds or less Suns. Like even then, like our Nash years. Like we could get stops when we needed to, but we've always been an offensive team. And I've always been like of the mindset, like, bro, can I get a team to where like our identity is defense, like doing things like what Dillon Brooks does, like we playing hard and we defending, and he's already brought that energy here. So I'm like, do y'all feel like when he came there, like y'all could feel like how he changed to where like, oh, everybody here has to guard, like I'm on your ass because it already feels like that with how you like got our young guys playing.
I'll say this, because he came in, of course, with Ime Udoka, so it was just an extension of the coach. Same with Fred. It was just all contagious all around. Coaches preaching defense, your bench if you're not playing defense, and then seeing Dillon Brooks out there being a maniac. It's got the rest of these young guys, playing like maniacs. So, yeah, the energy is definitely contagious. And I've seen a few plays of Dillon in preseason. I forgot what clip it was or what game it was, but I want to say it was maybe the first one where I think it was LeBron. He ripped LeBron, dove on the ground. That kind of stuff you're going to love to see from him. So
cool.
It's going to be contagious throughout the year. And I don't know where y'all finished last year defensively. He was probably, bottom 3, bottom
terrible.
5?
It was for sure.
It was
terrible.
awful. I know we put up like 150 on y'all.
It was
but
trash.
it's going to be much better.
We couldn't guard a soul, bro.
Yeah, respectfully to Suns fans. I loved playing that last year.
I bet, bro. We ain't guard a soul.
Yeah, y'all will be much better this year. Yeah. What would you say, Will?
No, I think you're 100% correct. Like, one of the reasons why I didn't want to let go of Dylan Brooks is because he was the defensive quarterback of the team. I think I went to a lot of games last season, and the consistent theme is he was like you talk about Kamada to stop talking. Dylan's the same way. He doesn't stop. So you hear him at the game.
Right.
So you hear him talking and calling stuff out and communicating with his guys the entire game. And you obviously can tell that stuff that stems over from practice. I say all the time, I don't think you get the best versions of Amin and Tari and Jabari defensively without Dylan Brooks. I think he brought that out of them.
Yeah.
It's on us to kind of keep it going without him, but he's over there with y'all now. I think he's going to do the same thing for your young guys like Rasheed Fleming, like Ryan Dunn, like guys like that who were on the defensive minded. I think he's going to do like wonders for them. And like for y'all's team who y'all don't necessarily have the same like star power because y'all got rid of Kevin Durant, obviously. And then, Bradley Beal isn't necessarily a star anymore, but he had the name. Right. I think what y'all do have working for y'all this time around is that you have an identity. And I think it's kind of, I'm not going to say it's, I don't know if I say if it's better because like it's Kevin Durant we're talking about, but I think in terms of like building something, it's obviously better.
Yeah,
you'll have that foundation. And so like I like the direction. Like if rebuilding isn't on the table, I think this is the direction to go. So
yeah, exactly. I feel like you have to get because we're not doing a full rebuild. We didn't obviously got a lot younger, but I think the Suns did a good job to where like they're in the middle. Like we obviously got a lot of the team is like 23 and younger. Like Mark and Jalen are obviously like new like pieces that are important too for the puzzle. And both Jalen and Mark, they're both 23. And then the rest of a lot of the team is like younger than them. So that's definitely gonna help. Like we need the guys, like we got a lot of the younger guys, but we still got guys like, Dillion, we still have Grayson, Royce. A lot of people not been talking about Royce, so I liked Royce last year, and I think
he's a good player.
Yeah, I like it. He brings a little of the same things as Dylan. I don't think he's as good as Dylan is on defense anymore because he got a little older. But the shooting when the Royce get hot, he up there too. There's some nice two of Royce to go for like 5 threes, bro. He not missing. So you're right. It's like good. It's good. We have like a good mixture. Obviously, Book's now like looked at as a vet, which is crazy. But we got like a mixture to where, like you said, it's not a full rebuild. It's like retool, and like he's a main guy. And I think Dylan too was like, I think gonna help too, like where he's holding Book and Jalen accountable. Like everybody else out here guarding. Like I know y'all the offensive guys, but y'all they gotta make sure they getting after it too because the team's gonna try them. So I think Dylan gonna bring, and I've seen it too with Book where I've seen it from Book where the whole team is like that, the 2021 team, it seems like that, where McHale, all those guys, Jay Crowder, like guys like that holding him accountable. And that was those were the best defensive year of Book career, where he's around guys like that. So I was like, okay, we got guys like Dylan now, again, kind of like how that Jay Crowder used to bring that same type of energy and like hold him accountable. Him and Chris Paul, I think that'll help Book, and obviously I think it'll help Jalen too. Obviously Jalen didn't play with Dylan, so I'm sure Jalen knows how Dylan's coming on on the defensive end and holding guys accountable. Yeah, so yeah, y'all got me a little more excited about him. I want to get the fan base a little more excited, mostly about Jalen.
Oh,
I think,
bro, I don't mean to cut you off. Give it like 3 weeks,
right?
Max. 3 weeks max, and
that's
they're
what
all
I'm thinking.
gonna love him.
That's what I'm talking about. You're talking about Dylan or Jalen?
I'm talking about Dylan.
He's talking about Dylan.
They probably love Dylan.
For sure. Who are you talking about? My fault.
No, I was talking about Dylan.
Okay, so I thought,
I was talking about Dylan.
Give it 3
Wait,
weeks.
so the fan base doesn't like Dylan? The Suns fans?
They don't know.
At first, a lot of them were. I think after a few preseason games, the tone is starting to change a little bit.
Yeah. That makes sense. You got to see some games first, because Will, you can ask. You can ask Will.
Yeah.
A lot of Rockets fans. I know Will didn't like it at all at first. Right. He was so pretty soon in. Yeah. I mean, I don't blame him. It was ugly.
No, we were the same way. Like,
I get it.
Way. So
yeah,
I get it. It took me about 3 weeks. If maybe I think it might have been like 2, and I was like,
so I hated it when they said, okay, they're interested, but I did some research and I was like, okay, the shooting is solid, and the defense is it's impactful. So I was kind of bought in once they said they're interested. But y'all will come around though. Y'all will come around.
I was locked in immediately because I'm a defensive guy, and I've been just mad that we don't guard. So when we got to meet, I was like, oh yeah. I was like, he's not about to come. I was like, he's not gonna come over here and allow folks to just be out here lollygagging on defense. That alone sold me. And then me seeing how well he shot, I was like, oh, I'm cool. Like I'm straight. I think they'll end up, like I said, Jalen. We'll see. I think they'll end up liking Jalen too, but
Mhm.
Dillion, I for sure is gonna get. And one thing I will say, Suns like that. Suns fans have a love for like that wing that guards and plays hard as hell all the time. That's why y'all see Mikal Bridges was loved the way he was when he was here.
Yeah.
I think Dillion gonna get that same type of love because Suns fans like that's one thing they do. They love that wing that's out there. You know, he's guarding the best player, hitting threes. I think Dillion is for sure gonna be loved. Like I'll make an argument he might end like outside the book, he might end up like the most liked player on the team. I ain't gonna lie.
Sure.
Me knowing how our fan base is, he might end up like the second most like loved guy on the team outside the book. Like I can see that from him already.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked at all. Okay, so now I want to ask y'all because we're gonna get into y'all a little bit after this. Just a few questions. Well, I want to ask y'all. Obviously, when I came on y'all pod, that was before KD actually went there, huh? It was just like
like a week before, I think.
Yeah, it was like a little bit before that. That was they ended up happening. But so my question, I want to ask a little fun question about y'all because obviously y'all gave us that number 10 pick. And the number 10 pick turned in to Kaman Molly man, whatever you want to call him. I'm gonna call him man a lot of the year. That's what I was watching Dylan Brooks talk about him today. He was, it seems like most of them call him man because it's just a little easier. I felt like in a world, let's say we didn't trade KD to y'all, right? Say we sent him somewhere else, which means obviously y'all keep y'all pick. Y'all got Jalen or whatever. Who do y'all think you guys would have took at 10? Or what was some of the names? Give me a couple names that y'all think y'all would have took that would have fit, that Rockets team.
I feel like me and Will probably have the same answer when it comes to the 10th pick. I'll let you go first.
You said so you want names or a name?
You can give me the main guy. Give me the name y'all would have wanted to take, and then give me a few other names y'all feel like the Rockets would have been looking at. Because obviously it depends on who they would have, if other teams took Kaman or who else, whoever,
We would take Kaman, but my thing about the Kaman thing is I kind of wonder how much of that was because Rich Paul told the Raptors to not draft him.
I was about to say that.
I don't think Rich Paul does that if the Rockets have picked him.
That's why I asked for a couple of days because I was gonna say I think Rich Paul played up because there's no way Kaman should have fell to 10.
Yeah, he should
be honest.
So I don't think that he's there at 10 if we still have the pick.
Right.
But if he was, we would have taken him.
For sure. For sure.
I liked Carter Bryant. I liked TMB.
Me too.
Let me see, because I had some names wrote down.
So, I thought Carter Bryant was our guy for sure until Kaman fell.
Yeah, so my guys were definitely man, as y'all call him. I'll call him that too.
Yes,
and Carter Bryant, along with Rasheed Fleming, who y'all ended up getting, I was probably a little too high on him as he went to 35, I think. I forgot what he fell to.
31.
But
30, yeah.
What was it, Will?
Wasn't it 31?
31, I believe.
Yeah. 31. I'm lacking.
I thought he should have went earlier too. When he fell to us, I was like, bro, that kid's a monster on defense.
Yeah, but Yeah. That's what I was thinking about with the Rockets. Just getting another guy. I don't know how long Steven Adams is gonna last. So hopefully long, but having another guy to run, a double big lineup with, I think he's gonna be really good. So y'all got a good one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm excited about that dude, right? Because I think, I don't know if y'all seen, but we played when we played the Lakers. That was a Luka playing DA Reeves. And basically we sat everybody because we had just came back from China. So we didn't really play anybody. So we played, we didn't even play Colin Gillespie, none of those guys. We playing Jared Butler, who I wish we had made. I wanted him to make the team bad, bro. I swear I did. That guy was a bucket, but I know we had to choose between him and Jordan Goodwin. But bro, Kaman looked good in that game. And I'm like, bro, people can't tell me this is nothing because the Lakers was playing 3 of their starters. They started center was obviously our ex center Ayton, and he getting switches on Luka and doing decent, and he breaking up Luka passes that he hit a 3. That's the main thing. I was thinking about that too. Damn, if he did end up in Houston, and I wonder if you guys would have tried to develop the 3 ball like we already been talking about with him. The Suns made it clear they want him to shoot 3s because they had him shooting. They had him shooting I think DeMarre Carroll. He's on our roster on our coaching staff. DeMarre Carroll was telling him Kaman to let it fly. From 3 balls. I was like, damn, Kaman low-key would have been fitting there too if so as we see y'all is running a double big lineup, tomorrow. So I'm like, that would have been fire if he was there too, like learning how to shoot and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was gonna say really quick. Go ahead, Will. Then I'll go.
No, I was quick. I was gonna say hot take. I think he's the best asset y'all got in the KD trade.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
Just because the upside.
Yeah.
He's already that big, that strong. I think already from day one, he already is like an impactful defender already. Everything else is gonna come because he's young. The dude only been playing. They said 5 years, and he's 19. And I feel like he already has like those defensive instincts. I think I was the most like impressed about like when we, like I said, when we played Luka. There's a few players where Luka like faked them out. Obviously, he knowing he's a rookie. And then after that, like he learned immediately like what Luka wanted to do. And Luka kept trying to trick him with like fake passes and do a fake like he was gonna shoot it and throw lobs. He just broke up like 3 lobs and a few passes. Like he picked up quick after like Luka tricked him like the first 2 times. And I was like, bro, he's already learning that fast. He's already that much of an impactful defender. I was like, that's for sure the best. Like I said, I already love, Brooks and Jalen, but that kid is the one that the Suns looking at like to be like that guy next to Book, kind of like how
in the center.
Yeah, he was like, he's supposed, they're gonna be asking him to be what we wanted DA to be. Now, obviously, like people have their takes about DA, but it's still a high bar because Book and DA did get to a finals. But still, I was like, his upside is actually a little higher because a lot of the knocks on DA were the motor, the defense, and then a lot of us expected because Aiton's mid-range was so good that he would eventually start shooting threes. That still hasn't really happened. So it's like there's like three things that Suns fans have wanted from DA that looks like Kaman is already going to be able to do. So that's for sure. Like you said, I think that is the best asset that you guys, then gave us. So like the way I'm looking at it, you guys for sure. I think, we got a cool haul from y'all. I'm not tripping. Miss my dog, but the haul ain't too bad now when looking at it. Yeah. The haul not too bad looking at it now.
For sure. Yeah. Like I said, I'm just happy we kept 2027. That was the main thing. But yeah, I was gonna say if we did keep that 10th pick with Man, he definitely would have been shooting those threes because we've had Alperen Sengun shooting threes all summer. And it looks like hopefully it'll translate. I pray to God. Yeah, he would have been a good fit over here. He'll definitely be a good fit with y'all. So we'll see how he does.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited. So all right, let's get to y'all a little bit before I let y'all go, man. Okay, so what are y'all early thoughts on that boy KD being there, like the energy, what y'all been hearing, what y'all been seeing already so far?
Let's you.
I'll go first.
Yeah,
I think the coolest thing for me about KD being here is how he's taken Jabari under his wing, and like they've been conjoined at the hip since he touched down. I said it not yesterday, day before, no, Friday, when we record our podcast. I was like, if you could design someone like the mentor for Jabari, it's Kevin Durant. So like it's really cool. Like it's really cool that he gets to work with like the guy he needs to emulate himself after. And you kind of, I mean, it's the preseason, but you've kind of seen some of the dividends of that paying off already. I think that's like the coolest part about it is that our young guys get to learn from arguably the greatest scorer of all time and a guy who's still arguably top 10 in the league. So like that's really cool for me.
Yeah. A lot of the young guys have just said working with a guy like KD, as you know, he's obviously a legend, right? Just those little compliments that he'll give you, it's been giving them a ton of confidence. I think Reed Shepherd spoke on that. As Will mentioned, the skill sets, I'm not going to say the skill sets are similar with KD and Jabari, but definitely similar size, similar build. And Jabari, wants to emulate what he does. Jabari likes to work out the low post, shoot threes at, at 6'11" height. So he's trying to, become a bucket. And it's perfect guy to work with is Kevin Durant. So it's been cool to see him dominate this preseason. And I know definitely mirroring KD's schedule is probably a huge part of that. He already probably had a huge summer before. So yeah, KD's leadership has been cool. And even on the starting five, I want to say KD spoke on his leadership. And he was pretty much saying it's not more so like me telling people what to do, but we're a team. I want to get on somebody and somebody else get on me. That's what the Houston Rockets do. That's what they embody with Ime Udoka. No one ever gets in their feelings. So I think Kevin is just a good culture fit. Again, he's not people with he's got to be the leader. That's just not who he is. That's never who he's been. I just think he's a perfect fit for what this group is. So I'm excited to have him for sure.
Yeah, that's fire. Because like I said, I'll always say it too. Like people got their different, definitions of, what a leader is and all that stuff like that. And I was like, bro, he's a dude that for sure leads by example. It's hard not to pay attention to and pick up on how hard he worked and still works at his age. And I was like, some of the stuff like how I've been hearing like Jabari talk about him. I was like, you could tell he likes taking up guys under his wing because it's similar like when Ryan Dunn. It was the same thing when he was here. It was like he sounded exactly like that. Like the stuff I been hearing Jabari and Reed and those guys saying is the same stuff I hear about Ryan. Like they asked Ryan, about him, even after when we first did the media day, they asked about KD and he was like, that's like he was like, that's my brother fly. I don't care. Basically like, he don't care that he's gone. Like,
yeah,
like KD took him under his wing and like he's always. I think Ryan Dunn one of those guys that's gonna continue to keep going to work out with KD every because they built that relationship while they were here. And you can tell he picked up some things and, how hard he works for KD. So, yeah, you definitely get to see that real because, like you said, we had some young guys. You guys got some young guys. Like, he will, take those guys under his wing. And that's cool. That is fire for Jabari because if he had to pick one player, that's,
it's
in
KD.
That's who he's going to pick. Yeah, that's exactly who Jabari's going to pick. So,
yeah,
it is what it is. So, I was like, I can't wait to watch him over there, that jumbo lineup. I guess I'm a honorary Rockets fan at this point.
Yeah, man.
That's my
my
dog. That's my dog, bro. So y'all know I'm coming out there. I told y'all I'm coming out there.
Let me know when.
I'm coming out there early too. I'm coming out there.
Yeah, let me know when.
I already let KD know. I was like, hey man, you're my dog. We got locked in. We came to Phoenix. Nothing changed. So you know what I'm saying. He I thought it was funny that he Hold on, somebody trying to call me, bro.
That'd be the worst. Yeah, you good.
Yeah. Call me.
Good little edit. You good.
Right, yeah, I'm cool. But I think it's cool that he finally gets to play to where on a team to where he ain't gonna be asked to be playing no damn five like that. I hated that for him here. Yeah. I hated that for bro. I used to tell all the time. Like when he first got here, I swear y'all people, when he first got here, and Suns did that dumb trade for Nurkic. And I was looking at the centers on the roster. And as you know, that's when I was kind of getting cool with KD. I was like, fam, like you gonna have to play center at some times, bro. And I hate that for you.
Yeah.
And I was telling him then, I was like, bro, I already know it's gonna happen. Because I'm like, bro, look at what we got. And all like, but I'm just happy, like he ain't gotta worry about that over there. Yeah. Like he's technically playing the 2.
He's playing the 2 damn near.
Yeah. That's fire, bro. Yeah. There's no way in hell he would have ever been able to do that here, bro. Ever. So I was like, that's fire. So I'm happy for my dog when it comes to that. I know a lot of the Suns fans are gonna be mad at me when they watch this part. Get over it, bro. He ain't do nothing to us, bro. It's okay, bro. It's all right to still Suns fans. You could still be a Suns fan. KD know I'm a Suns fan before anything. You can know I'm also. Yeah, he knows I'm gonna support him too. But KD knows what it is with me with the Suns, bro. And he's still.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Will goes through the same thing for sure. It's a James Harden guy. You can be a fan of James while also being a Houston Rockets fan.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People be acting like, and then that makes sense too because Harden was there. Like, bro, like it's especially those are 2 like legends too, bro. Like when legends play for your franchise, brother. Like you gotta have like the utmost respect for them, especially when they did what they did. So it is what it is, bro. But y'all know, like I said, I'll be my honorary Rockets fan. It's funny.
We gotta get you on playback, man.
Yeah, come on, sure. Come watch a game with us, man.
I'm 100% with that. I'm locked in. It was funny, because as y'all know, I just started celebrating me getting the YouTube partner. And you know what's funny? The video, thank you. The video that pushed it over top was a Rockets video, which is hilarious because most of my stuff. And it was funny. It was a night I went and I was like, okay, this Rockets video is doing okay. I don't know what it was. I don't know how it hit the algorithm that hard or whatever, but I want to say it was chilling at like 60 views. And mind you, I took a nap, but my nap was on like an hour and a half. And I woke up and it was like at 1K and it was still growing. I was like, what the hell happened? And it was like hella Rockets fans start talking to me. And I was like, damn. I was like, it's cool. I was like, so because I just started expanding, talking about more teams. I was like, so, I was like, it is what it is, man. I'm honorary Rockets fan. My dog over there, it is what it is.
Nah, we welcome with your open arms, man. We welcome all.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you definitely got to come on a playback anytime.
Yeah, I'm with that. Yeah, I had fun doing a few playbacks with Eddie a few times.
Mhm.
All right, so now my last question, and I'm gonna let y'all go. So you know what I'm saying we can all go watch some football, bro. Um, Obviously y'all seen before this, y'all know that y'all had ended up losing Fred, which is whack, bro. That's whack. I was bad about that too, because I'm rooting for them because I know we don't got no expectations to win this year. I want my dog to win one.
That's
So
right.
for y'all, do y'all think it looks like it's clear now that a lot of that responsibility is gonna go to Amen?
Yep.
So how do y'all feel about that? And then do y'all feel like Reed will be ready to start doing some of that too? I like that game he had the other day. He was hooping. How do y'all feel about Amen now kind of getting more of that responsibility?
I'll say this. Excited for Reed to get more of an opportunity because it was going to be a little slim with him with Fred there. A man, the handle still needs to tighten up a little bit, but I'll primarily just speak about less of them and more so of Alperen Şengün. I mean, he's the real playmaker on the team, the real ball handler. He's going to be doing everything,
That makes
especially
sense.
without Fred VanVleet. You know, Fred was that game manager for Houston, got everyone in their
Yeah.
sets, got everything together.
Mhm.
But now it's going to be Şengün times 50. Like he averaged
Right.
8.7 assists, I want to say, in the preseason, playing like
Mhm.
25 minutes a night. He's literally going to be doing everything.
Yeah,
He
he's
will be the
diamond.
team MVP by the end of the year, much love to Kevin Durant.
Right.
But Şengün will be literally doing everything, and that's who I'm most excited to see.
Mhm.
He's going to be running the show. But Amin and Reed, the better. I think they'll be much better just working off of him. Over the
Yeah.
course of the season, it was still going to be important for them to, be able to run a point, to some
Yeah.
degree. But I am confident in both of their developments. I'm excited to
Right.
see Amin one. I'm sure we'll talk about it. Amin is just confident now with the three ball. Like I said in
Yeah.
our pod, corner threes last year, even Suns fans may not know this, but he was pretty good at corner threes, 37%. And
Yeah.
he's not hesitating. He's actually shooting them. Like he's
Yeah.
never just
That's
like,
a
oh,
big
I
part
don't know
of
if
it.
I want to shoot. He's shooting every single one. Even last year
Mhm.
above the break, he was shooting them, but they were like 11%. So it was ugly.
Yeah.
But
Right.
you seen him this year. So I like a very confident Amin Thompson this year, improved shooter. He's going to work really well next to Şengün, of course. And then Reed, much more confident as well, not playing as timid, is going to be good as well, especially with extended reps without Fred there. So I personally think they'll be fine just because Şengün is that good. I'm very high on Alperen Şengün, probably higher than the average person. But
Right.
I think they'll be good. That's just me. Maybe being biased, but that's me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think the Amin Thompson stuff, it just comes down to his handle, right?
Mhm.
Because he has the court vision to play point guard. It's what he was born to do.
Right.
But the reason why he hasn't ran point guard as much as you would want him to in the past is because his handle hasn't really been where you want it to be for him to consistently run the position.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's gotten a lot better since his rookie season and through preseason, and we've seen it in some improvements. It obviously still has some work to be done on that end, but it's a lot higher than like I said where we started. And you factor in the fact that he's not going to have to run point guard in the traditional sense because we still
Mhm.
have Alperen Şengün who's going to do a bulk of the playmaking for us.
Mhm.
I think we can make it work, and nothing else. This would just be like the stepping stone for him to learn how to play the position.
Exactly.
Moving forward. So I'm
Mhm.
excited for that for him. And then same thing with Reed. I'm high on Reed, but I have realistic expectations for a guy who I've been calling him the red shirt rookie because he
Mhm.
didn't play
Right.
for us last season really. So it's like you went from not
Yeah.
all really to I think he's probably going to start after opening night. So
I agree.
Yeah. I
I have
agree.
I have realistic expectations for a player who is starting for the first time and not just starting, but like learning how to play in the NBA like for the first time for the most part. So
Yeah. Learning
um,
curve for
yeah,
sure.
it's gonna be some growing pains, right? So I'm
Mhm.
realistic on that. But same thing with the men. I think just kind of throwing that guy into the fire and letting him get like that experience, I think that's going to be really beneficial in the end. I think that's the one benefit to the Fred injury, like, which obviously like sucked and like I was pissed, like holding back tears, pissed.
I
Um,
bet, bro.
yeah, but like the good thing about it is the fact that like because Fred's out the way, you now open up the avenue for your young guards to kind of take over and nothing else. Like so, they'll get to learn on the job. So
Yeah, it
I think,
forces them to learn a little faster. Throw them in
yep,
the fire a little bit
Yeah.
yep.
for
And
sure.
so they'll be better off for it, I think, in the long run because of it.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I feel like that too because I know I got people like I said, people be arguing with me too. Like I'm just a diehard Rockets fan. I was like, bro, I think they'll be straight, bro. Like it's
Mhm.
kind of towards the same argument I use like for us because people we don't technically have a point guard starting, but I was like in the preseason it looked like how you guys said like Sengun gonna be doing a lot of ball handling. Like we're gonna have a lot of different guys bringing it up. It's just not gonna be Book all the time. Colin, Jalen. There's times I see they was having grace. Like Dillion was even bringing the ball up. There's even dude. There's a lot of times like it's funny how I bring up Sengun. We do that a lot with Oso. Oso obviously ain't gonna be starting, but when Oso's in, Oso brings the ball up a lot. Like Oso's basically a power point forward. We playing him at the 5 because we got to, but it's a similar thing. I have a similar argument. I was like, bro, multiple guys could bring it up. Obviously, team's gonna try to ball pressure. You just gotta, but you can handle that as a team. Like, have guys in the right spot, get a ball up if you're getting trapped. Like, give it up before you get trapped too early and turn the ball over. Don't try to dribble around guys, stuff like that. And I think it's actually kind of fire that y'all first game is against OKC because y'all immediately gonna see how y'all gonna deal with ball pressure because we know that's what OKC do. You guys get to see that off game, off rip on game 1. So I was like, that's kind of fire. They get to see it like a man, all the how they gonna deal with it. And kind of put, some of that talk to bed. All the, y'all know y'all gonna have haters now because KD's there and they all, who's gonna dribble or they gonna turn the ball over for like, we'll see, bro. We'll see tomorrow, bro. I think they'll be straight, bro. I think y'all will be all right. And I'm glad you already answered my next question because I was gonna ask you guys because it's obvious Steven Adams not gonna keep starting or whatever. But y'all pretty much y'all saying y'all think Reed will be the regular starter.
I think Reed could be in there. I think if DFS wasn't hurt, I think he would have been starting personally. But
I didn't even know Dorian's hurt. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I don't know how long he's out. Probably similar to what Jalen said, 2-3 games, maybe the first few months.
It's gonna be longer than that. He
longer than that,
like 2-3 weeks. Yeah.
2-3 weeks. Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
I didn't know that. I forgot Dorian was there for a second. I'm about to say.
Yeah, they got hell of depth.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, it depending on the matchups.
Still gonna guard this year.
Yeah,
without Dillion, y'all still gonna defend, bro.
Yeah. They got that culture and set. Yeah, so it's really cool.
That's fire, bro. Well, I'm excited, bro. Y'all know, like my main, so I'm always gonna watch my sons. Be locked in on y'all heavy. I'm a lot of my family's from Detroit. My mom, my aunts, my grandma just finally moved here. She was living in Detroit down there my whole life. Huge K Cunningham fan too. So them be like the 3 seeds, I'll be locked in on. So I'm gonna be locked in. They're gonna be tough. Yeah, they're gonna be good. Yeah. I think they're really good. That's the other place I'm saying I have to go to Detroit. Houston and Detroit, 100% cities I'm traveling to.
I'll say this. If you go to Detroit, find the right time. I went to that Rockets game. I don't know if you remember, Will. I went to that game like 2 years ago, bro. I was just stuck in a blizzard. I was like, I came at the wrong time.
Bro was out there freezing.
They got a cool little arena though. I like the I think it's Caesar's Palace Arena. It's cool.
Something like that. Yeah, I heard that. I heard it was nice. I was like, I'm gonna go out there. But man, I appreciate y'all, bro. Like I said, long time coming. I think the fans gonna rock with this. That was a good episode. I had like no guest in a minute. I just been grinding, you know what I'm saying? Put my head down, but I know we partnered, you know what I'm saying? Time to keep working with people. I'll have y'all on again. Y'all need me.
Sure.
Come on again. Just let me know I'm on there. But I appreciate y'all, bro. Like I'm gonna leave it there.